Well, that's another law, guys. What's going on? Diary of the Graver named John Weaver, which is me, at about 20 minutes before 7 o'clock at night. Still July 2nd, 2026. I'm going to be heading over to do some biological damage in a bowl. If you catch the drift on that one there. But I wanted to talk about a few things I kept missing that people were talking about for days on end regarding the corporate media reacting to Trump's threats left and right, including tearing down the cherry trees that was planted or given to us as seeds by Japan years ago, decades ago, where they're the most beautiful trafficked sightseeing tours we have over there to look and smell and reflect. You know what Trump wants to do with those damn things? Turn the whole area into a golf course. Now, you guys have probably heard it before me, so I'm catching the late news on this one. It just pisses me off that I've got this stuff happening here. Why? Why? What is with this asshole in the first place? Pictures and smells and stuff that makes it look beautiful. And the bastard wants to screw things up left and right on it. Because he doesn't like it. It's not his. It's not Donald Trump. Beautiful trees like that, nature. I mean, holy crap. I'm turning the Google Maps on an area to where they probably would have the cherry blossoms and cherry trees. And it's right in the area where the mall is between Lincoln and Washington's Memorial. In that grove of trees between is the cherry trees. And when they start to bloom, it's a beautiful smell, I've heard. And it's gorgeous to look at. But this bastard wants a golf course. My question, where the Sam Hill is he going to be putting it at? Does he want a mini course? No, he wants a full. So where's this fucker going to do it? At Potomac Park? Is he going to be draining a lake and blocking the damn thing off to where there's a road that crosses a lagoon? Is this what this guy wants to do? I'm going on Google Maps right now, looking at Washington, D.C. itself, the historic areas, and also the museums and the mall area, the memorials in the area. And this is all beautiful that they have. But where the fuck is he going to be putting that fucking golf course at? See the park that they have between World War II Memorial and Washington? They've got an area across the street from the White House that is just tourist area. He wants to turn the area into a fucking golf course. Now, naturally, there's going to be some groups out there going after him for this. There's going to be a lot of groups going after him on this. He's the most reckless, impulsive bastard around. And he wants his stuff. He's telling people he wants this stuff now. He wants to tear apart the cherry trees. The cherry trees. They're lining up Constitution Avenue. They are lining up 17th Street. 17th Street ways, northwest. And those groves there. Up and down. Heading past the Organization of American States. Heading up north. constantly heading up north until it stops over at Pennsylvania Way. And extends a little bit on GSW. Of course, they got F. Let me see, where is that? F Street Northwest. They have G Street Northwest? Yeah, okay. They got cherry trees all over Washington, D.C. They're scattered among buildings and museums. So when they bloom, they're beautiful, blossoming. They're exotic. There's something given to us. I know. Washington cannot tell a lie. He chopped down a cherry tree. We all heard that in our classrooms and the different folklore tales that we've heard. Whether they're true or not, who knows? If they are, then they are. But they're scattered among Washington, D.C. in the tourist area. And he wants to destroy a row of them. It's one of the most beautiful things that a tourist can see, especially when the season comes up, and they can watch it, and they can have a time to smell and reflect and feel part of something. And Trump just wants to destroy. He turned the ellipse into a damn wrestling fiasco. Tore it up a great deal. So much for the landscape there. He wants to build a fucking arch that's going to be blocking ways. He wants to put a golden eagle on it that's similar to what Hitler had on his own monuments that people tore down after World War II. But they had pictures of it. But they're scattered about. All of it's scattered about. So I don't get it with him. Something he wants to create, it's destruction. He wants to build something of ancient stuff. Columns and places with the columns in them. He wants his ego fed that badly. Give me 1 minute, guys. These stories usually would piss me off. How much Trump wants to show that he's the greatest president by destroying property and putting his own namesake, and he thinks in his own twisted, weird way that this is going to give him something. This is going to put him on something. This is going to be showing people what kind of an idiot he is. Okay. I'm going to do this, and this is going to be throwing off the angles, okay? So, forgive me for doing this one. I know you're twisting your heads on this one, but I had to do it this way. It's preferable for me to do the widescreen instead of the smaller screen. So, I'm sorry if it's kind of lopsided here, guys. Because I have been focused more on myself. I had not been focused on how immediate Trump wants more and more attention for himself to throw things out there to make people more and more pissed off, either at him or maybe people he's pointing fingers at that are not Americans, that are not this and not that. He went thermonuclear, as I understood, concerning about the birthright citizenship situation. When I heard about that one, I wanted to scream and yell in the hospital, but I wasn't about to. And I could do a dance, and I could do a jig somehow. To say to Stephen Miller, Trump, and everybody else who followed in, bite us, you sons of bitches. Fuck with the birthright certification at this point. You're going to be the one that tells me that because of my own birthright a long time ago, I wouldn't be considered an American? Is it because I'm white? Or is it because my ancestry? Or my heritage? Or lineage? Or something of that nature? that really upsets the living crap out of this asshole? That's what I'm feeling right now. That's what I'm getting the gist of. And he's a royal prick, to say the least. He's a royal prick, and he doesn't give a shit. They all don't. I've seen some of the clips and highlights on YouTube. How they're saying and showing what they are. Man, if only. If I can only tell and prove to the guys that what you're doing is destroying what makes America beautiful. You don't want foreigners in the country because it dilutes who's here already. Did these guys not understand this country was built on immigration? Where there future generations of original, well, of a transatlantic crossing. People from other older countries popping into the quote-unquote new land. They sought new opportunity. The Native Americans, the indigenous tribes of various names and nations, they saw it as an invasion. Some of them actually looked at us for trading partners because it would be something different. A few actually did make connections with the Europeans. There had been tribes almost wiped out completely because of the disease we carried, but they could not develop the antibodies in time. That's the thing concerning about what we're running into. There's arguments out there about measles and about different diseases that we had fought decades over, and before Trump started his crap, we were trying to get rid of a lot of them and not deal with them ever again. That's why we dealt with the immunizations. If the disease had mutated into something else, we still would have had inoculations going, upgrading our own immune system to knock them out. But some of the people keep thinking about natural immunity. As long as we got sick people around us, they're keeping us healthy people safe and sane. Dumb motherfuckers, don't get it, do you? You got carriers out there that don't know that they're being typhoid Marys. And even Typhoid Mary died from the damn shit. Took her long enough, but yeah. So they don't get it. They don't want to get it. They just want to argue that their point is right. Because they don't know shit from Shinola. My doctors kept pushing immunizations on me for years. I did it for personal reasons, not for political crap, because I hated getting stuck. Immunizations meant you get shots. I hate needles. I still do. I kept telling them I hate needles. I don't like it. Oh, I know. And I know you have to go through this shit, but you know you have to go through this shit. I'm like, yeah, but I'm saying that for the record, so if you don't mind, I'm going to hide my eyes. I'll feel the damn thing coming. Well, I could tell you. Yeah, but then I got to feel the damn thing, won't I? So it doesn't matter if I'm going to look at the damn thing or not, or you're going to tell me about it or not. I'm going to get it, and I'll feel it. Or I won't, depending on how it's being delivered, and what's being delivered, and what form of the package. I have to do these kind of weird-ass distinctions in my head. All these little logical crap going on in my head that I would make it into a game so I wouldn't have to feel what was going on at the point. And that's what I've been doing, is dealing with that point. It sucks, it hurts, and I'm dealing with that crap. So they don't like it, I deal with it. I don't like it, so I'm dealing with it. I'm dealing with what I've got to deal with. I'm making some transfers right now so I can get some room on the. I got some room period somehow, one way or another. I just want to knock out a little bit of room on my phone so it doesn't have any other shit that I have to have conniption fits over. And it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. Guess if I don't allow it, then what am I supposed to do about it? It'll take me some time to transfer a lot of stuff off the phone, and I'm still trying to make room for a lot of it. But if I'm going to be listening to music, it'll be either on my phone or on my Fire Pad, which I still need to have charged up over at the hospital. And I'll get a dual plug system there. I can pop in 2 USBs and 1 plug, and then I'll be able to have power for the stuff I need. And I'm scared enough right now as it is. The decision I've got tomorrow, and I've been talking to home health about it. In order to get my home infusion going, they were going to be delivering it between 7 and 9 o'clock. It takes about 3 minutes and 5 minutes. Or maybe 2 minutes and 5 minutes on the end. I don't know. One's supposed to be short and the other one's supposed to be a long version of it. Even if I happen to get it tomorrow and I happen to bring it over, are they going to do it in a hospital or are they going to be doing it over at urgent care? If they do it over at urgent care, then I'm not going to get any more home infusion, except maybe for some of the drugs they may be sending over again, and if they do, fine, but if not, I'd have to stay over at the hospital for the home infusion stuff. They wanted me to continue it today, but shit, since I was getting the runaround, and I had people still calling me, what about the house? The apartment's not looking clean. I'm like, give me a fucking break. It's been a long day. Your foot needs help. Yeah, the apartment is dirty at this point. What are you going to do? Can flipping off the finger at both of you help? If I do it one way, I have to do it politely enough so I don't upset both parties. I'll take care of some of the stuff I can take care of. That's the only thing I can do right now. And if early in the morning I got to toss out the damn trash, fine. At night, I'm trying to relax. I don't know, by haranguing myself with computer files. But it's not. It's not. It's not. How dare you? But I'm doing it this way. What else you want? And the thing of it is, I'm still waiting for my biological system to start doing its business as normal as it did. And right now, it's stopped because of what I'd gone through already. I don't know if the drugs or something else happened that made me stop doing my natural stuff every morning. Emotions can do that to me, especially if I'm so stressed enough. I'm going to back everything else up in my damn intestines. And then comes the fun part. You ever heard of war bucket? Let's get gross, shall we? For a guy like me, who didn't eat that much roughage, hemorrhoids, constant plunging of the toilet to get the solid material down. Now, I had adapted and developed a technique. If I'm going to do that to stuff, I got to heat the damn pipe. I heated the pipe. Put about 2 or 3 big blue buckets of hot water. Kept flushing until it was super saturated. Then, when it was time to flush, keep the plunger handy and another warm bucket ready to go. Most of the time it was good. Other times I had to do plunge duty. Let's get gross about it, shall we? Shall we talk about this stuff? Because this is really gross stuff, guys. And at that point, I'm deciding, okay, I need roughage more. Bran flakes, shredded wheat, nuts. I know people can go for the purple shit all the time, the prune juice. I did as a kid. Never just in order to get my bowels going, but we didn't have the money, I guess, for shredded wheat. Even though we did have shredded wheat during that time, not frosted. I could put sugar in mine. But the wheat would have been roughage. So would eating a lot of nuts, and I loved the nuts. Christmas time come, we would have nuts of various sources. Brazil, filberts, almonds, walnuts. Cashews wasn't into it, and actually Brazils, they tasted dirty. Pecans I kind of liked. Had a bit of sweetness to it. But I was mostly an almond kind of guy. I'd buy almonds raw in the packages and eat them. But I also discovered growing up as a kid through an adult that eat so much of the almonds in a certain day for a long time, you start developing an allergic reaction to them. So I stopped eating the nuts because I was afraid too much of the allergic reaction that was causing it. Tongue would have little blisters in there. My body telling me that it had enough of whatever kind of minerals it was offering. Despite the fact I liked eating almonds and the walnuts, didn't matter. Even if it was smokehouse almonds, didn't matter. But with the smokehouse almonds, or that specific type, you're eating salt. You're eating sodium. That's a lot going into the system. When I start doing those, I normally go for potassium. Bananas. To balance things out for me. I didn't have the nuts. I didn't have the potassium over there. They did have plenty of salt. They're denying sugar mostly, sometimes. But I couldn't drink. Dietary cranberry juice. And not regular cranberry juice. I had regular sugary drinks in my backpack. They've been poured out when I came back home. I didn't want any bacterial content in them. I included a bottle of apple juice itself that I smuggled in. Didn't have a chance to get to it because from the emergency room, and they kept my pack away from me. I couldn't get to it until I got in my room, and then they still kept it away from me. I didn't tell any of them about the food stuff I packed into it. But the thing I should have packed in my bag, which I have right now, there's no food. There's no liquid. There's no water. Unless I'm going to put an outside bottle of water out there, and I could drink that. But no juices. I don't do candy. I don't do gum. I don't do cookies. I like cookies. Don't get me wrong. Certain cookies I can still eat. Vanilla wafers they have. I get those. But I saved a lot of them until I got a little bit of a craving of sugar, and then I'll have a cookie fest. Get several of those cookies, have some milk, and I'll wash them down. If I was really going on a sugar fest, guys, I would have sticky buns. I would have apple pies. I will have blueberry muffins. I will have that stuff for me. And not feel like I'm trying to crash myself. I'd eat it as a treat, or I'd eat it as breakfast. I would have a banana for breakfast if I had to. And milk and coffee. Now here's the thing about coffee. They didn't give me any. Not a drop. And usually with coffee, I drink sugar in it. And milk. If it comes for tea, I can try drinking it plain. I've been known to do that as a kid. If there was no sugar in the house, I drink the tea as is. These days, having a craving of sugar is condemned. Your body condemns it. My body condemns the damn thing. Every time I was getting my blood tested throughout the day and night, they're noticing sugar fluctuations. Anything under 180, I would get a small unit of insulin. Anything like 300, forget it. They had to wait for my blood sugar to stabilize. When I first got in there and they tested it, it was at 300. And I told them that morning, I had a banana with raisin bran and raisins in it. I had the bran flakes. I had raisins. I had sliced bananas with milk. It was wonderful. That's what shot my blood sugar all the way up to 300, and that's why they had a conniption fit over that shit. Now, if I have the shredded wheat with the frosting on it, without having a banana, that sugar frosting is going to drop. It's going to push it up there. I'm going to do a part 2 on this one, guys.